what are the strategic and political implications of Israel considering the occupation of Gaza City?
Thank you for having me, Salma. Of course, the announcement of the intention or the possibility of permanently occupying the Gaza Strip is alarming and is a very dangerous development. However, it's far from surprising. It was rather expected. Israel has been obstructing any possibility of reaching a settlement of the current war in Gaza, and of course, so that we will not be left with any other solution than accepting the reality on the ground imposed by Israel, which of course is embodied by a permanent occupation or prolonged occupation. And as we can see, Israel is carrying out an excessive and massive campaign of ethnic cleansing in northern Gaza, removing hundreds of thousands of people, entire populations, and murdering thousands. And it seems that there are reports that there are plans for Israel to build settlements in northern Gaza. So it seems that they are redrawing the map of Gaza, diminishing and reducing its size, and whatever is left of Gaza will be under some sort of security control, or this is what Israel aspires for. Whether they will be able to do this or not, this remains to be seen.
Dr. Mohamed, how will the absence of Prime Minister Netanyahu impact Israel's discussions on the post-war strategies and humanitarian aid in Gaza?
I don't think it will have a very huge impact because the Israeli government, the current governing coalition, do share largely the viewpoints of Netanyahu, which are maximalist and absolutist, and they, in essence and deep inside, they reject the idea of reaching any settlement with Hamas or any other Palestinian resistance faction in the Gaza Strip. So whether Netanyahu is absent, he might be absent because of health reasons. However, his ministers and his aides and assistants will will stick to his policy and will keep implementing his vile policy, which is criminal and genocidal, to be honest.
And what are the potential long-term consequences, do you think, of Israel's reported personnel shortage on its military capabilities?
It might have a very dangerous impact on Israel if Israel engages in any more major wars in the region. However, for example, if they decide to enter into a direct war with Iran or reinvade Lebanon once more. However, when it comes to the Gaza Strip, I do not think that any personnel deficiencies will affect the viability of their military operations in the Gaza Strip. The amount of troops they have in there seems sufficient to carry out their endeavors, and they are still continuing their genocidal venture, unfortunately unabated, inside Gaza.
Sir, why do you think is there a growing pressure from the Israeli officials to temporarily halt the war in Gaza, and what would this mean for the ongoing military aggression, do you think?
There are opinions inside Israel that vouch for the temporary halt of the military conflict in Gaza so that they can secure the release of some of the hostages, the detainees, basically. There are still about 70 to 80, or even on some estimates say 100, dead and alive detainees and hostages in Palestinian captivity as we speak. So for them to be able to be saved and released, they do need to cut a deal with Hamas, even if it's a temporary deal to secure the release of some of the hostages, to alleviate the political pressure applied by the families of the detainees and their lawyers. However, I do not think they will do that anytime soon. Maybe when the Trump administration assumes office in late January, if they decide to exercise any substantial pressure on Israel, maybe then, and only then, we might see a temporary halt of hostilities.
And how might the formation of a team to address war crimes accusations affect Israel's standing in the international community?
Israel's standing in the international community has already been diminished by their open commission of genocide on live TV. Everyone can see that. And of course, with the legal condemnation of Israel's actions by the ICJ, which said that Israel's action might constitute a violation of the Genocide Convention, and also the arrest warrants released by the International Criminal Court against Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. So now they are forming this team in order to apply pressure on these international bodies. So basically they seek to establish a team or a commission to practice organized thuggery and bullying. They want to bully the international community and international justice institutions to back down and stop attempting to hold Israel accountable. However, they will keep trying to do that, and as long as they enjoy the political immunity and the impunity provided by the United States and other Western powers, unfortunately, Israeli officials will never see justice.